What's up, everybody? Jameson Tank here. Wanted to give a quick shout out to the show sponsor before we started today. Shout out to Mattress EPK for supporting the show today. They are an awesome Athens-based company that makes amazing EPKs. I actually didn't really even start getting booked a lot until I started using a Mattress EPK. If you go through it, it's in a flip book style. It has all your past shows, your current shows. It has your set list. It has your price. It has your originals. It has your covers. It has pictures of you. It has bios. It makes everything easy for the venue, makes everything easy for you in one spot, and it's just a good-looking EPK. If you'd like to be in touch with Mattress EPK, please shoot me a DM, and I'll put you in touch with them. My code is TANK, and it'll give you 10% off. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy this episode with Wim Tapley.
Sweet. Yeah, totally.
Sweet. Now remind me how you pronounce your name.
It's Wim Tapley.
Tapley. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody does Tapley.
See, I was going to ask.
It's all good.
I wanted to make sure. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. Today I have with me Mr. Wim Tapley. Right?
You got it. Yeah.
I nailed it. All right, sweet. Thank you for coming out, dude. I'm stoked to have you.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
How have you been?
Been great. Happy to be in Athens. Like, this has been home since
Not
we got
long,
here.
right?
So, yeah.
It hasn't been long. How long have you been in Athens?
I've been in Athens for, let's see, it's January now, so 4 months?
4 months?
4 months,
Wow,
yeah.
Dude, I bet you're digging it, man. How do you like it so far?
Perfect. It's like utopia.
And you come from where? Utopia is a perfect way to put it.
Yeah, man.
And you come from where again? Remind
I'm
me.
coming from D.C. area, D.C.
area?
suburbia.
Gotcha. How'd you
South
like
Riding.
it up there?
It's good, man.
Yeah?
It's
What brought you down to Athens? School?
School, I didn't, it's weird to think about as a non-Georgia person.
Okay.
You grow up in Georgia and everyone worships the holy shrine of UGA football, and
of course.
for good reason. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs, baby.
I didn't even know the mascot until it was the last school I applied to.
Really?
Like never knew about it. Never thought I would be here, but when I was doing the college applications, going through all that,
the rounds.
I just found myself always thinking like, I'm applying to some like better schools, but something about that Athens music scene, doing Atlanta, like having the 80 bars to play in, like.
So you'd heard of it, like it preceded itself.
It was after some research though.
Yeah.
Which is, So my whole thing now is like, I want kids like me growing up in non-musical areas. Like, there's no music scene in Northern Virginia.
Really? Okay.
It's,
well, yeah, it kind of figures, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot of, kids just trying to do their own thing, make it work in their own way. And I just want everybody to be so excited about what's going on in Athens, because it's been, like maybe nationally dormant for
20.
a couple decades. 30
years.
There's a lot of excitement regionally.
So much.
And I'm almost a little scared to like, Nashville, Athens. Like, I don't want everybody to come in and ruin it. But in the same way, I'm just like, I want everybody like me to know about this.
Yeah,
like, this is the place to do it. It's been a dream.
I like the way you talk about it, man. I can tell you appreciate it, dude. And it's a lot of people don't get it, man. Especially you being from somewhere else, you get it. You know what I mean? Like, touring bands, we go to Tuscaloosa and Clemson, we see places with no scene. It's like, wow, we have it made. You know what I mean? We know 50 student bands. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you come here, or where else did you apply to? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah. So the big decision was either do Big Southern Football, UGA, DIY music school, or I go to Berkeley School of Music and grind. And
man,
I just didn't want music school.
Yeah,
I would be a small fish there.
Yeah. Like the John Mayer thing, he said that it was like. Nothing takes the fun out of your craft like seeing a million other people do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think you made the right choice, man. This is a lot more exciting.
Lucky to be here, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dude. Well, that's exciting, bro. Good for you. And so I assume you're around 18, 19, something like that?
Yeah, I'm 19.
Cool, man. You're a young buck. You're getting at them early, dude.
Yeah, man.
You have an impressive catalog from music for your age, dude.
I appreciate that, yeah.
When did you start making music? What brought you to the game?
It was always the more fun thing to do than sports. I played every sport. Sucked at every one of them. Just brutal. Like,
relatable.
I used to play soccer, and I was like, this is pee-wee soccer, so we didn't have goalies, and I was like, I'm the goalie. Like, that's the coolest. And so I would stand in the end zone, or not the end, this big sports guy. I would stand, behind the goal line and wait for the ball to roll by and just pick it up. And people are like, no, we don't have goalies. Like, that's a hand. And I'm like, no, I'm the goalie. Like, I don't know. So sports didn't work. I started taking keys lessons when I was like really little, like 7 or so.
Wow, that's early.
Actually, I'm awful at reading music. I've never quite picked it up. So
Gotcha.
I got dropped by my piano teacher. What? He told my parents, he's like, I'm sorry, like, pick a new hobby. And so it happens. Like, it's part of the process.
They try to teach you the wrong things.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going home and like, I knew the notes on the piano. I didn't know any of the technique, but I was just starting to like bang out my own chords and I wrote little songs about, girls at school
This and that,
and just
Didn't we all,
doing
man?
all,
dude.
Eventually wanted something louder. Went to the drums, playing the
Did
drums
you?
for a while.
How'd you like that?
Oh, it's so fun.
So fun.
Like,
You still play drums?
I love playing drums,
Awesome,
man.
dude.
I'm rusty. Like my guy Dan is
Oh my God, the best.
he's
bro.
a beast.
Just name drop.
He's
Dan,
a menace.
goat, dude. Yes.
So I see him and it's just like blowing my mind. But I love playing drums. I was doing kind of like a Phil Collins thing.
Okay.
I was front man in the back, singing, playing. That really helped me kind of establish my dexterity with.
I imagine that was
I
pretty
think
tough.
it really helped me play, learn how to play guitar and have a couple things going on at the same time. I did a loop pedal stuff for a long time.
Okay. Did you find that kind of stuff to be easy and natural to you? Like, oh, like this isn't a strain, or was it like, oh my God, I'm just doing too much?
It always felt right.
Okay. That's
But
surprising,
there's definitely, there's something like, the first time I still remember I was trying to learn this like U2 song on the piano.
I love you too.
Yeah, man, they're dope. And that first time I was trying to do singing and playing the keys at the same time, and it was just like, this is some wizardry. Like, I don't know how to do that, but doing the drums and singing just broke me out of that because it's like,
I think that's harder, right?
you just got to throw
notably harder.
Yeah, I mean, so piano, you're playing guitar, you're playing the same thing on the whole.
Yeah, you're going with it.
You have your hand separation. If you're getting good, you're separating your thumb and stuff from those bass lines. But piano, you're playing 2 things. Drums, you're playing 4 things. And especially with the jazz drumming, you have. You want your hi-hat to be loud as fuck. So you have that hi-hat going, and then you're like just barely tapping that bass drum. So it taught me how to like not only play different things, but play different dynamics with different hands. Because you're playing a soft kick with your right foot and a hard hat on your left foot.
I never thought of it that way.
And just doing sorry, I keep hitting your...
No, you're fine, dude. You're fine.
Yeah, but I learned a lot about dynamics from the drums. I learned, played my first gigs on the drums.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's the best way to learn, man.
Yeah.
A lot of, I hate to say guitar players, because I'm a guitar player, but like they miss the whole dynamic things. Like they had to be playing all the time, like hard, it's like, listen, bro, you don't have to. You know? Drums chill and come up, you know what I mean?
You can play more by playing less.
Yes, by playing less.
The whole thing, yeah.
Love that. Very true. And so how does that get you to kind of fronting the band now as the guitar wizard / vocalist?
So thanks, man. I had a band break up in middle school, and I was writing all these songs, the keys, like wrote the same song over and over again. Like just like, I was like, I need something, got super burnt out.
Yeah.
And then my older brother had a guitar sitting around.
Okay.
So I just learned how to do, I think I was in a Dick's Sporting Goods and I heard Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz. I don't know why this was the first, like, I love that song.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And I was just like going down this little escalator in Dick's, like, I was like, man, like I gotta learn how to play that song like that. Like I want to play. So I went home. My brother he was missing the high E string.
They all are.
This little Squire Strat. Just cranked out those power chords. Then I did, Sweet Home Alabama. I did this Tonic song. Got my like cowboy chords under me, and from there it was just like full, just deep infatuation with the guitar.
Did it feel like, okay, this is my instrument, or was it like, oh, just another instrument in the repertoire? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think initially I was like, I've always like been so driven by like creating content and stuff, but I honestly hate it. So it's
Like
like
video
this,
content?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So
okay.
I was like this little middle schooler. I was like, oh, maybe I can do a YouTube cover and play some guitar on my YouTube cover or whatever. And so that was like the initial like, I could make a different kind of content or something.
This will be different.
Yeah, and then it's a quirky instrument. Like I just found that love for it. Stopped feeling weird.
Very
Absolutely, yeah. You're just the touch sensitivity of drilling that out, and also as a lefty, I
forgot you're lefty, dude.
So,
okay, I knew that.
When I play the drums, most people play crossed over. I was all backwards and everything.
Me too, man. That's hilarious. I'll have to show you my Explorer after this.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool, man.
I forgot. Lefty gang.
Yeah,
What's up,
absolutely.
bro?
But I found this comfort. It felt right doing it because my brother had this right-handed guitar. He's a righty, so I play right-handed.
Yeah. Okay.
But I had this strength of my fretting hand that I felt like really helped me in those initial stages. Because when you're first starting, I play righty.
Gotcha.
Your left hand's just a bitch. Like it is, even if you're, my right hand's basically useless. Like I'm profoundly left-handed. But even still, I can't imagine learning guitar the same.
I always thought it would make more sense for the strong hand to be over here. You know what I'm saying? Like
it totally does.
Makes more sense in theory.
And so it took me a while to do the finger picking and stuff.
Yeah,
I used to play my fingers would just flail around. People were like, "You don't have to move that much." So I kind of dialed it in.
Well, that's awesome, dude. You say that you've been making content for a while. That's interesting. Not many people are. Notice when they do that, they just make it kind of was that a purposeful thing? Were you making videos in middle school, high school, stuff like that for fun?
Yeah, I was always honestly not even for fun. I just try. I've never really liked sitting in front of a phone camera and doing it's
a little weird.
Everyone always but I was always so intent on doing music. There was never any second guessing.
Yeah, and
so even at that stage, it was all about looking at the people who are successful, what are they doing? They're posting on their Instagram all the time there. I was in 5th grade doing, I still remember film. I wish this existed because I know I deleted all of them because they weren't good. But my parents left this one day and I was I was really into this One Republic song. Started,
I used to listen to them.
And I was I got to do a singing video. So I was in my house, home alone, making a singing video on my iPad and stuff. None of it was good, but all of it
got you to where you are.
Yeah, it was an important step.
Dude, all the stuff you're saying is taking me back, bro. Making videos in my house, waiting until everybody left, bro, because I didn't want to hear anybody hear me singing. You know what I mean?
I used to be terrified of singing in front of my parents. Yeah,
dude. It was it felt like you were either born with it or you weren't. You know what I mean? It's I can't fucking sing because I don't sound amazing instantly. You know what I mean? Which is such a misconception.
Not how it works.
Not at all. So that's fascinating, dude. Well, I'm glad to hear that you have at least an awareness that you felt the need to make content. You know what I mean? Because I mean, there's not many people not making content that are succeeding. You know what I mean? So I think it's important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're good at it, man, dude.
I appreciate it.
That's kind of how I heard of you. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I feel like it was more towards mid-fall maybe. I started seeing your stuff. I think it was the red album cover with the rose, or there was some sort of flower or something on it.
The Hard to Get single.
Yes, that would have been it. And
cool,
I kept seeing a bunch of stuff. I was like, who the fuck is this Wim Tapley guy?
Cool, man.
And I was like, who's this guy? And then I saw maybe it was a 40-watt show. You were playing somewhere, and I was like, all right, this kid's getting after it. And then met you at Boar's Head. You introduced yourself.
That was dope,
I don't know
man.
how you knew me.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, what's up, dude? And you were super cool and super nice. I was like, let's get this guy out of here. So I'm glad you
Thanks,
come
bro.
on, man.
Yeah, I'm honored to be here.
Dude, I'm stoked.
This is great. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's going well. Well, sweet. So kind of keep me going on the story. You're kind of in bands in D.C. area, right? Kind of doing your own thing. And up until high school, I guess, same kind of thing? Making videos, making bands?
It was the kind of thing, it really flipped for me in late middle school. It was a couple years into playing guitar. From the minute that I played guitar, I was I'm ready to write some songs and this thing and stuff. So I sucked, but I thought that I was good enough. Just throwing a little E minor, a little
That's
G,
awesome.
Just doing that kind of thing. But my love has always been live music, and it was always about, I gotta get out and play.
Yeah,
I gotta get out. So,
So did it matter if it was like cover songs, or was it like it had to be originals? You know what I mean?
I've always wanted to be an artist. I've always been a writer.
Absolutely.
So I've known who I am. I know what I want to do. But I also recognize like there's a very clear set of steps a lot of people have to take, and a big part of that is playing a lot of cover gigs for a lot of people.
Everybody does it, man. The Beatles, the Stones.
Yeah, absolutely. They played
it.
a bunch of blues songs.
There's nothing wrong with it, man.
So yeah, in middle school, I had 2 years of guitar under my belt or so.
That's not long, man.
Yeah. So just learning. I played it just literally anywhere that would have me. Like I played some like fundraisers. I had this guy do like this music festival in his backyard that was this cool. Yeah, so that was my first like festival gig. I was really into Ed Sheeran at the time, so I was doing like the loop pedal.
Ed Sheeran voice a little bit.
Thanks, man.
A little twang of it. Do you hear that a lot or not?
I hear. I think it comes from that like middle school influence.
Yeah, it's not enough to where it's like, oh, he's like copying him, but it's like a little bit of like you got the whole songwritery, storyteller, pop, a little kind of
cool, man,
rock thing going on. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, he's killing it. I like think about how much money that dude is. Yeah, I don't like anything he's done after like.
Shape of You.
Divide.
Yeah. I like Divide.
I mean, Divide was pretty cool. Yeah. But I wanted to write and I wanted to play. And so it was anywhere. Like I played this gig that was like a yoga class in a brewery. I was just playing like ambient guitar stuff. Like
grinding.
And just grinding. Like it was the kind of thing where I would get a snow day in high school. We had a lot of those in Virginia.
Lucky bastards.
Oh yeah, I mean, so Virginia's fun because we're north enough to get all the snow every year.
Yeah.
And we're south enough to be surprised by it every
really?
year. And like no one knows how to deal with it. So a lot of snow days.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
what a good way to put it, man.
But I would get a snow day instead of just dicking around. That would be like, oh, I'm gonna call 50 bars today.
Really?
And I was just, it was just no, like have a good one. And they're like, we'll get back to you. No, like
that's hard, bro.
Didn't hear back from any of them. Like just not one of them.
That's hustling though. I appreciate that.
You got to do it, yeah.
And what was the goal? Just to be able to play somewhere that day?
I just wanted a gig, man. Like just like it used to be. Like it's so important to think about those early experiences because, I'm playing a brewery gig on Thursday, and I'm I just said a brewery gig and just to my 14-year-old self, like that gig.
That's what I'm
saying. It's huge.
Bro,
like that is the dream. So
people need to take some notes from you, man. Calling 50 bars, that's hustling, dude. People sit around like acting like it's gonna just happen. They're like, hey man, how do we get into this bar? How do we get in that bar? Like, fucking email them like I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And it's the kind of like you're never wasting time.
Yeah.
Doing that. First of all, you build character.
Totally. You hone your pitch
you,
too.
Yeah. You learn how to, like I learned for anyone trying to book something. Like I started, phone they pick up. Hey, my name is Wim Tapley. I'm a local singer-songwriter, and I grew up in South Riding, and I've been playing for 5 years, and
I'm still just doing that.
Whoa, and instead, now my strategy, I call and I say, I'm like, hey, I'm a local musician. What do you have a time that would be best to talk about booking live music or something?
There you go, man. That's money.
Because then usually they don't talk to you immediately.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't talk to you at all, but it almost always gets you a phone number or like a manager's phone number, a manager's email or something.
Because it's personable. It's real.
It's
you know what I mean?
So at least they're like, oh, we got to hit this guy back.
Yeah, totally. Dude.
And so it might be a sticky note on someone's desk that gets thrown away, but at least like you have a more personal connection to that.
And you're giving it your all too, man. Like you have to expect to not hear back from, I'd say 70% of them, dude. I'd say 70%, man.
Absolutely.
An easy 70, you know what I mean? So sounds like you're on the right track of that, man. And I think another thing, it sounds like you're showing them what you can do for them, which is big.
Absolutely. You have to establish your value.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people don't get that, man. They call and they're like, we'd really love it if you'd put us in front of your crowd. You know what I mean? Like, do it for us. You know what I mean? That's the wrong way to look at it.
No,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Yeah. A big thing that, another, kind of change in mindset for me as a musician was initially I was concerned with, okay, I have to prove to everyone in this room that I'm the best musician they've ever seen. Like it is like proving my talent and my abilities and like making them know that I'm
Worth.
good. Yeah. And it has since flipped to where I realize, no one cares if I'm good. They care that they themselves are really connecting with what I'm doing. That's
so
like that
true.
money, because you have
Truth bomb, bro.
like the Bob Dylans of the world, like just shitty singers, but that dude, like, he connects with so many walks of people. Something about it, just he's building that connection, and when you establish that you can connect with a bar audience, whether you're playing every note, studio quality Steely Dan kind of gig, or if you're just like throwing a Ramones set to like playing everything wrong, getting all drunk, like
it doesn't matter if you don't connect.
If you are connecting with your people, that is like the highest form of success that you could have in the room. Yeah,
love the way you're talking about that, bro. That couldn't be more true. Dude, everybody's all focused up on it's gotta sound perfect, gotta sound great.
It's gotta sound good. Like
does that sound good? It can't be awful. You know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, if you connect with the people, everything is forgiven, man. So I love to hear you saying that. And that's another thing I noticed. I think I've only seen you twice. I think both of them were at Borset open mic nights.
Yeah.
And you were killing it with like getting the people into it.
Appreciate it.
Everybody was having a good time. You were making sure of it. You were playing really cool songs. There was a really cool cover. I can't remember. It was a popular like pop band, but I can't remember what it was. It was great though.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, so that's an important thing.
I wonder what we
you
did. I gotta like remember.
Gosh, it was one of those Boar's Head open mic night sets. You know what I mean? Those are real loose.
Yeah,
but you did great, man.
Thanks,
and
man.
I noticed that about you is that you were aware of what you needed to do to the crowd. So that early in your career, you were already kind of on that, or no?
It took a lot of gigs proving myself, and then realizing like no one gives a shit about.
Yeah.
Like I am the acoustic bar musician.
Yeah.
Like no one's like, man, that major seventh chord that he played was just like that.
Money.
Yeah, like maybe there's the one guy, and those guys kind of freak me out. It's like, what are you
scary?
What are you doing, man? Like go do your own gig. But
who cares?
Yeah. And a really big way that I was able to kind of bridge that gap was learning how to take requests.
Ooh, okay.
And so I'm always like, just like every single time I play, I'm like, please give me a request. Like, please. Because I get bored playing the same thing all the time.
Are you like learning them on the spot, like fielding them, like giving them a go, looking up the tab right quick?
Yeah. So again, I can't read music, but I don't have perfect pitch, but I have really solid relative pitch. So if I find that first note, I can work my way around.
That's awesome, dude. That's talent. Love that.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. But most of the time it's the kind of thing where I'm like, I can kind of hear that chord structure. And the lovely thing about pursuing music in the time of the internet is that Google knows every song lyric ever. And like, no one's going to care if like, it looks like a little bit of a chump move, but you can just stick your phone on your acoustic guitar, hit a little bit. Like I'm always doing that where I'm looking down. And, if you're playing the song they like I've also bombed a million requests. Like I have totally fucked up so many songs, but it's the kind of like I guess when you're proving yourself, after a certain point, you have to be concerned with the spectacle of your show. Once you have a big enough room, you want that show. But, before that, when you're playing those smaller crowds, and you're connecting with people, like those fuck ups and like the attempts and everything, like they humanize you to your audience, and then they root for you as a person, because it's not like I want this guy to grow up and be the greatest guitarist in the world. Like we need another John Mayer. Like there are a million John Mayers, but I know that there's like one person who's like me. Yeah. And
I'm looking at
you
him.
Gotta and you just gotta get to know people, and like once if they know you as a person and they're supporting you, it's just more gratifying at the end of the day. You don't feel like you are your work.
Yeah, dude, you're so right, man.
It's awesome.
Taking those shots out there in the dark, those are the ones that pay off the most. You know what I mean? Usually when you do pull it off, it's like, wow, everybody cheers,
sometimes you add a new song to your set.
Yeah, dude. So that's awesome that you can just take them on the fly and you're that proficient with your ear to do it. That's something that I'd say a lot of musicians take for granted, myself included, is just being able to look up the words and being able to look up the chords, man.
Yeah, we don't have to take a record and like find that perfect spot.
Slow it down.
Yeah,
and actually learn it, you know what I mean? So, dude, that's awesome, man. And would you say that you had built a following in D.C. of people, or was it like just like the occasional show kind of thing?
Occasional show.
Cool.
A lot of it was like my parents' friends.
Yeah.
I love all of them.
Because you're
They were
pretty
super-
damn young. And you know what
yeah,
I mean?
it was the kind of thing. I was like, you know, in 10th grade, I'm like, hey, come see me at this bar.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, no. Like,
Can't get in.
Why would we do that? Like, we got to go to football practice. Like, so, yeah, I just did a lot of the local bars. Like, the way to do it in Northern Virginia was like the brewery winery
Yeah,
scene.
that's like a big deal these days, right?
Yeah, that was I never sold a ticket until I got to Georgia.
Gotcha.
That was like a big. I remember that night. I was
Yeah,
like,
where at?
it was at 40 Watt.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a start, man.
It was. Yeah, I'm just beyond blessed with.
Yeah, and you have no family or anything down here, right? No
No,
sort
it's
of
just
connections?
me, man. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They've come down. My brother goes to South Carolina, so
word,
he kind of
word.
started that SEC
Family
thing for me.
tradition?
Yeah.
Word.
Um,
Interesting. So when you're moving to Athens, you're kind of you got your feet underneath you. How long does it take you once you get to Athens to kind of start figuring out what's the scene here, what's the move? Have you figured it out?
I don't know, man. So the cool thing about this scene is like it's not clicky. Like it's not like you have these like mean girl groups, but like I keep like
clicky.
finding these like new groups of people. Like there's like, you know, the Boar's Head crowd, and then there's like the
Normal
like the
town
like
crowd.
Elijah Johnston, Cannon in the Box. It like
yeah.
they kind of came up out of the woodworks for me. I was like, holy shit! Like Elijah's new album is fucking
Oh, it's
awesome.
incredible, man. It's incredible.
And so that's a whole. They're doing like the folky thing, and then you have like the rock band. You have like the just super tight cover band, like the Regulars, and
Totally.
But I keep finding these new groups.
Pockets,
it's
man.
super cool, man. Yeah, and I just never had like in Virginia. It was like whatever other kids at my high school may have been interested in doing music,
Okay.
and whoever I could connect with on Instagram.
Yeah.
And maybe like I played a show. I started playing some more showcase kind of stuff like right before I got here, and I met some people in like the scene. But that scene was like you're going out to play a brewery by yourself. It's not like everyone is gonna, you know, in Athens like
It's very centralized.
everybody
kind of
loves going out to
streamlined.
see each other. It's awesome. Like it's important to like, you know, network and stuff. But
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, like I'm never gonna have more fun in Athens than when I'm seeing a band. Like, you know, Everyday Dogs.
Oh,
like
they're great, man.
just
they're great.
there's so much to see. You know, you could go see a function, you go see Fun Room. Like, it's just like whatever you're feeling. There's probably a couple bands playing.
Yes, dude. What that's awesome. It sounds like you've got your kind of foot on the ground, you know, or your ear on the ground,
man.
excuse me. But like the way you put it, there is a bunch of like I hate to say clicks, you know, like you kind of noted that. There's like the regular Shameless James jam crowd, Underground Spring House. There's like the Elijah Johnson, Tommy Trot one, Hotel Fiction, like a normal town crowd as I call them.
Yeah, the We Bought a Zoo crowd.
Yes, they're fantastic.
Dope as shit. I love
All of them.
everybody. Like I just want to I want to support.
Yeah, and everybody really puts on for everybody, man. And it's awesome, dude. I think you're gonna find your place in it. You're already kind of starting to. Maybe you're more in the Boar's Head, like Josh Bennett, you,
Cam
like
and his damn jam band,
Cam and his damn band, Drew Young Thomas, all those guys. I think of you guys as one kind of. And how long did it take you to start figuring that out? Is what I'm asking, I guess. A little while or like 4 months? You know what I mean?
So again, like I just feel. I keep telling people like I'm like, man, I keep hitting these lucky breaks. Like, and I think it's actually just the magic of Athens. Like part of it, like I'm so blessed to be here, and it's the kind of place where you can put yourself out there and actually find a reception. But I was lucky enough the second day I got to town. I was doing the cold calling. So I was like, okay, I'm going to Athens. I'm starting over. Yeah. Back to calling everybody. So I was calling everybody, same shit. Like no one's getting back to me. I think I screenshotted like a picture of all the phone calls I had done. I was just like, Athens, like I'm ready for you. Like,
Let's go.
We're gonna do it.
Grinding.
And so I didn't get any gigs from those phone calls, but there was a sorority girl that saw. I met her when I visited Athens. I went out to see Kendall Street. Yeah, awesome. The one other time I'd been here, and I met her. I guess she had seen my story, and she knew what was his name? Lewis. Do you
Yeah,
know
I remember Lewis. Crazy guy.
Yeah, I hope he's doing well, man.
Yeah, he's on the road or
he's
something.
a good
last
dude.
time I heard. Yeah.
But she texted Lewis. She was just like, "Hey, I know this guy," and he booked me at Sauce House. So I played. Go. It was like moved into the dorm Saturday.
Was it Nikki Shots?
So no, it wasn't Nikki Shots.
Okay,
but I'm about
Shots.
to talk about Nikki Shots
gotcha,
because, I think her name's Eliza. Eliza Harmon.
Harmon.
Shout out
familiar.
Eliza. Yeah,
Shout
she's
out
friends
Eliza.
with Granville and stuff. Like she.
Cool.
But I owe her
Yeah?
a great debt for.
Yeah, you said
getting
Sauce
booked
House.
up.
I thought Nikki. I was like, Sauce House, Boar's Head.
Yeah, so Nikki's coming up though.
Okay, get it.
Yeah, so played Sauce House, and it was my usual like acoustic gig. A couple people came through. I was like, "This is cool. I'm playing in Athens. I don't know what these bugs are. Like this is. I've never encountered Georgia bugs before." But I talked to Nikki. She was bartending that night, and she put me in the Athens Jam Ham.
Yes, the group chat.
Which is the big group me with everybody.
Yeah, totally.
And that was like. That did it. I mean, I had heard about Boars from somebody, so my two moves, I was just like, I want to know everybody in this group chat because first of all, they're just fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
like I want to like,
man.
there's just it's
classic,
it's straight debauch. But I know people that just get in there, they like wait till they're drunk and just start.
Just hammer stuff out
away.
like 6-7
it's
messages
so
in a row.
funny. Yeah, but
I like it when it says like your message has been deleted or somebody's like deleting there. And I'm like, oh god.
But I was like, I want to know everybody in this group chat, and I'm gonna go to Boars every Wednesday night.
That's smart, man. That's like your two best networking choices
Yeah.
that I'd tell you to do right now if you hadn't, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's just all about putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
It was the kind of thing. I got the 40 watt gig because Bradley
Reeves.
Yeah, Bradley Reeves. I didn't know him at the time, but he said he had a cancellation.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is the big scary 40 watt guy in charge. Like,
most
he had like
venue in
the
town.
Obi-Wan sticker at that point in the chat. So I had no, like, it was like, what was his name at that point? I can't remember.
It was like Jimmy Coward or
yeah,
shit
now
like
he's
that. Jimmy Stewart. Or
now,
is it Jimmy Stewart now?
No, Jimmy Stewart is the dude from Shameless James.
Zach. God,
Zach,
what did Bradley's name used to be? I love
now
Bradley.
He's like Arthur King of the Britons.
That's it.
Yeah, but Bradley, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I was sitting doing geography. I was like, I'm gonna reach out to this guy. Like, maybe I'll open for somebody. And he didn't have anybody else, so he was just like, yeah,
headline.
come on, yeah. And it was my birthday, so I got to headline.
Damn.
It was just like total dream come true.
You'll never forget that, man. That's like the best venue in town as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my god, yeah. It was just
How was
it? Oh my god, it was. I mean, seeing Kurt Cobain's. I mean, I literally before that point, I had never had a green room. I had never sold a ticket.
Yeah.
I had done a couple sound checks, but it's like local sound guy. Like,
gotcha.
It would just had never
been that real.
Yeah, it was so real.
And how'd your set go?
So we had hella sound issues.
Really? That's 40 watt. I love 40 watt, but that's 40 watt.
So it was a bad power supply. But basically, I had this whole loop loop pedal set planned out.
Yeah.
With my acoustic guitar, basically got to where the loop was just fried.
Really?
So I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna do this impromptu acoustic set for 45 minutes," and I think I was angry enough about the pedal not working that I was really playing. Like I was just giving
you felt it.
I was feeling it. And you know, it's the kind of thing like we sold. It was with Half Baked Tofu.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of them.
And they're awesome. They just put out a new album too. Alex is the man.
Yeah.
He's Fun Room drummer.
Oh yeah, I love Alex. Yeah, dude,
dope.
he's so
like nicest dude now.
Yes, dude, so nice, so original.
And
man.
they were. It was so humbling having them. Like they clearly pulled more people and stuff. But it was it was my birthday. I think they kind of recognized my excitement. It was so humbling with having them let me take that headline spot. Those guys are like, I got their backs for
that's
forever.
awesome.
Like those guys are awesome.
Those are the homies.
But yeah, that was a really formative gig for me because it's like I got there, get up on stage, living the dream, everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted my band. Like I've never been wanting to be the loop pedal guy
Gotcha.
going out. Like it was always like, this is the step to get to the band.
Get the band, yes.
And that night I walked off a stage and I was just like, at that point I was just like, I'm never playing with this loop pedal again. Like I need my band.
Frustrated?
I was just yeah, and I think it went fine. Like I've seen videos from it. It was okay.
I'm sure it was fine, man. Yeah.
Thanks, man. But it was just like, that was the night. I was like, there's nothing stopping me from putting my band together.
It was a shift in the tides, per se.
Absolutely, yeah. So that was September 17th, and I think
you'd only been in Athens for 2 months, right?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. See, that's impressive, bro.
Jam Ham just
made it happen.
These
Good
lucky
for you, man.
breaks, man.
Yeah?
Could not be more blessed with how things have been. Like it has just been like, I wake up and I'm like, what is going to happen today? Like for better or for worse. Like there are many things that have, crazy Athens times.
Yeah.
But that like, we had a band going 2 months later.
Okay.
So it was like that night. That was the night. I was like day one. I was like, okay, I'm going to find my guys.
This is it.
We're going to do it. And we got the band together.
Yeah, dude. People that aren't into music don't really understand how difficult that is to put that band together of people that you like and they like the same kind of music as you and have the same goals. You know how rare that is?
Yeah, and so, I'm absolutely humbled by every one of those guys. Tell me
who they are. Tell me about
I would love
them.
So no one knows about my guys, man.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone knows.
Yeah.
So Daniel Miller is my drummer.
Goat.
Needs no introduction. Yeah,
he's been in here. He sat right there.
Oh
bro.
yeah, man.
Legend.
And also we have like, if Dan gets sick, we got Mario, which is like,
oh gosh, I've seen Mario at Boar's Head.
Yeah, so they're roommates, and it's basically just copy and paste a troll. like they're both just like
amazing,
just wicked.
Yeah.
So I'm honored to have him. And
how does he pull that off, dude? Because that man's in high demand.
Yeah, we were always playing at those Boar's Head mics together, and we eventually, like, he was starting to kind of know my songs, and he was the last piece of the band putting it together.
Wow.
And I was gunning for Mario because I knew that Dan. I was like, he's playing with Avery. He's the guy. He's the guy. And it was the kind of thing Mario just kind of like took the backseat. He's like, here you go, like you got Dan. So
okay, man, good for you, dude.
Yeah,
I really like Dan as a person and as a player. He's great.
I can't wait to see him tonight, man. I get to see all of them right after this.
Oh, you're practicing?
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Tell me about the rest of them.
Yeah, so my trumpet player is from home.
Okay.
His name's Alex Gifford.
As in Virginia?
From Virginia.
Wow.
Yeah. So I actually didn't know him in high school and stuff. He played on my 2 newest singles. So I got to track him in my studio at home and stuff. It was
awesome.
Cool.
Sweet.
And he's awesome. He's like a big Redcoats marching band guy.
Oh,
like,
really?
He can just play the high notes.
That's sick, dude. Sick.
And then so he was the first guy. Like, we came to Athens together. I was like, I'll get a bar gig. I'll hit you up. And he was like, I want to play. And then we got Lance Rogers on the bass.
I met Lance, I think.
Lance is
shorter
awesome,
guy,
man.
right?
Yeah, short.
Yeah, so nice.
Yeah.
And he's mean with it, dude. They're hard, bro.
That kid is mean with it.
Yeah.
He's
getting down.
And he plays, he's like, his main thing is the drums.
Okay. Didn't know that.
He does a lot of prog stuff. Like, he sing. I don't know if you've ever heard him sing, but he sounds like he's got like a Robert Plant thing going. Like, he's got the high notes.
Get that man a microphone.
Oh, we're working on it today.
Yeah? Let's go, bro. I love to hear.
Starting to harmonize. Yeah, and then Lance got me Craig Rogers.
Okay.
They're not brothers.
Okay, I was about to ask that.
Brothers from other mothers. And Craig is.
What does he play?
He plays saxophone.
Okay, so I knew that you guys had the whole horn section.
Yeah,
thing, which
so
I
we
think
got the
is
2
exciting.
of them. That's been the dream ever. It was like, I want my band, but specifically I want this like James Brown, Motown. I gotta have my horns.
It changes the game, man. I'm always saying this on here. I'm like, yo, when I see a band with horns, it's gonna be a fucking party.
Oh,
you know
it's gonna be fun. We get it going.
Nobody's playing somber music with that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this isn't gonna be a sad set.
Oh yeah, none of that.
Awesome. Well, when did you guys all kind of get together? Within 2 months, you said?
Yeah, we I think we had our first rehearsals in like probably late October.
It's not that long, man. That's really not that long ago.
I got lucky just getting the guys together.
Yeah, because that's pretty quick. 2 months. I mean.
Yeah, and it was just me busting my ass, like
how so?
Trying to find people, just reaching out to people. Lance had like DM me beginning of the school year. I like found his DM.
Yeah.
And just like freaking out. Everything that I've done in music.
Yeah.
I've freaked out about it during the stage where you don't know anything. Like you're like, how the fuck am I gonna find a bassist? Like, who just grows bassists on tree? But it, you know, it's part of the, you know, you learn and you realize and like you grow from it.
Yeah, you kind of realize that like the only way you're gonna find those people is by going head out and doing it yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
that was I was sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was talking with my friend Nathan yesterday, and he, you know, we're probably gonna work together in like a. He's looking at being like a tour manager, kind of sound guy, agent, like a Jeff Vernon extraordinaire kind of thing.
All around guy.
Yeah, just
that's
like
my guys,
taking
Jeff.
care of the band. Yeah. Jeff, you got a good guy, man.
It's fantastic.
Awesome. Yes. Side note, Jeff texts me exclusively in GIFs.
No, he doesn't.
It's beautiful.
Let's go. What does he
awesome.
send? Just like laughing faces?
Like
and shit?
little, he sent like a Star Wars one. Like, I love Jeff.
What
man.
a Jeff thing to do.
Yeah.
If you need to, whenever you do start recording in studios, Jeff's the fucking man, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard any of his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
Well, I heard your stuff. So
yeah, you've heard some stuff, though. Yes, dude. Awesome.
Yeah, he's got that tape machine. Woo! I just got the UAD. I got the plug-in.
Oh, do you get a little
thing nothing real.
Well, that's awesome, dude. What? How did we get on Jeff? What were we talking about? Oh, like your tour manager guy.
Yeah. So he was just saying, like, he was like, you know, the big thing that it's surprising that most people don't understand this. And he was like, I'm glad that you do, is that no one is going to do this for you except for you.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it's all about, it's not that hard at the end of the day. It's just like keeping your foot on the gas is the hardest part. Like, just like
keep going.
You have to be unrelenting and push for, you know, what your goals from a year ago, if you're doing it right, they'll hopefully become your comfort zone within a year.
Absolutely.
And then you have to recognize that and then push to the next goals.
Yeah. Like you were saying earlier that you were just like, man, 2 years ago, I'd have dreamed of doing this. And in the moment, it's like, oh, man, playing the shitty bar for $125. God. It's like when we were kids, we would have fucking dreamed of that. We'd have killed to have been right there.
Absolutely.
You know? So just keep going. Take it all in.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, dude. And he recognized that. Shows he's a smart guy.
Nathan's dope, man.
Yeah. And are you thinking about bringing him on as like your manager kind of thing?
So this is another saga in like the Athens magic for me. But this just goes to show, like, again, I said earlier, no time is wasted. Basically, when I was a freshman in high school, I was doing the cold calling, looking up all of these music festivals, like regional stuff that I had no business playing at the time. Yeah. But I was like, you know, I'm going to hammer everyone. I was hitting them up in like April festival season. So like, it's just no shit. Like I just didn't know how to do it. Yeah. I didn't realize how any of it worked. And there was this festival called Appaloosa Music Festival.
I feel like I've heard of that.
And it's a bluegrass festival.
Is it in North Carolina?
It might be. I think it's Virginia. It's like Appalachia somewhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
makes sense.
So probably North Carolina. Yeah. But the band that was headlining it that year is called Scythian.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Yeah, they just toured a bunch. They're a Virginia band.
Sweet.
And that's where that ended. Didn't get any festival gigs. You know, I was a freshman.
Just reach it out.
Yeah, just go like I didn't have a good singing voice. Yeah, like it was just
come on. I like the optimism though, like just reaching out.
Oh
is
yeah,
a lot,
I was just always putting myself out there. But fast forward to, you know, maybe a month before break. So yeah, like December, November, I was out seeing Macy at Boars.
Love
I think
Macy.
maybe you were there that night. But you know, just
I think that's the night we met.
It might have been.
I know it was at the Macy show when they were playing Boar's Head.
Cool, man. Yeah. So, yeah, that's dope. So another serendipitous moment that night. But this guy, like literally, I didn't go out to this bar. I wasn't like, oh, I'm networking. I was literally just going out to have a
fun.
night. Like,
Yeah.
And see this guy running sound for them, and he was wearing a Scythian hoodie.
Okay.
And I've never listened to this band. Like, honestly, like I fuck with them. Like they seem like good dudes, but just had never heard of them. But I remember that name from reaching out to a festival.
Okay.
In 9th grade. And
4 years ago.
And I just went up to this guy. I was like, hey man, like, you know, I'm from Virginia. Don't see a lot of Virginia stuff around here. You know, I see a Caps jersey or like a Nats. I'm like, yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. And so I started talking to this guy, got his number, and we got breakfast a couple days later. and he says, you know, he's been working this lighting job for he builds like super lighting computers for events and stuff. Like he's a smart dude, but he used to run sound for this band Scythian.
Oh wow.
That's and he's awesome. Like, you know, I've been working this job for 8 years. I'm interested in getting back on the road. I want to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And so because I had reached out to these places freshman year, learned this band, walk up to this random dude in Athens, he wants to do a tour with the band where he covers all production costs out of pocket, which is like, that is the ticket. Because that is, you know,
I mean, that's the ticket to the whole music industry right there, dude. It's just
stage,
go up and
sound,
say, hey.
light. Yeah, it's
go
literally
up and say hey to somebody.
If you can, and it just shows like deeper than that. Like there's, you know, every one of us has this ability to be such a powerful force of love.
Yeah.
Within our communities, and if you want to build that, within the music community, like success within music isn't necessarily playing the best gigs and you know, meeting the right people and stuff. Like your biggest weapon is community.
Yeah,
and
it really is.
It's all about drawing people into your warm network. You know, you think about your network, you have your cold network where you know, you may follow them, you don't talk to them. Totally. You want them to be in this warm network, and you know, you got to invest in other people. You got to love what they're doing. If it's a place like Athens, it comes so naturally because people are doing so much cool shit that it's like you couldn't help but.
And they're
like,
so
I'm
nice.
like, hell yeah, I want to see Jameson Tank. Like, that's fucking. You'll have the Explorer and shit. Like, yeah, but your better bet than any marketing ploy, any like sales pitch, anything is community. I think I'd finished the thought.
Had you finished the thought? Well, sweet. I'll just cut it right there when I go back into this.
Yeah.
But yes, dude, I know exactly what you're saying, dude. And I guess it's not fair for me to keep saying that people don't get it, but a lot of people don't, man. If you try that whole mindset of like, fuck this, I'm gonna be the best, I don't need anybody, you're not gonna win. And the way you win is like you're saying, just love everybody, put your community on, say hey to people, and the next thing you know, that person is your tour manager. Next thing you know, that person hits you up in the group me and says, hey, do you want to play 40 Watt on Friday? Next thing you know, somebody says, hey, my fraternity needs an event guy for Friday. Hit me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about the network and like it being a real network and not a like use somebody network. You know what I mean?
And like, why would you want to get to the top by yourself? Like, like why? Like you're gonna sit in your big ass house and have no one that wants to hang out with you, or a bunch of people that do want to hang out with you because you're loaded. Like, instead of like my dream, like I've never been. I mean, maybe I was when I was immature and starting out, but I'm really not interested in being famous.
Yeah, it doesn't really have any perks.
It just seems like you know, it's a byproduct of success. I would like to be successful.
Yeah, that's a much wiser goal to shoot for. Is successful. You know what I mean?
But oh shoot, I forgot where I was going with that.
No, you're good, man.
With fame. Oh, my dream now is just like, I would love to see this community and you know, the people working in it now, the people who used to work in it that may have quit or moved elsewhere or decided other things, like the future generations of Athens musicians.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to feel the love, man. Like if I'm
Bottle
on the come
up.
up, like if I could bring up the people around me in the way that they have brought me up, everyone individually in their own way. If I could have an opportunity to, you know, throw that back at them, that is just like.
Well, just keep doing what you're doing, man. That's what they want. You know what I mean? Is you just do your thing, and that's a really good way to put it. The scene, you describe it better than anybody I've heard, dude. And you haven't been here very long. That's why you appreciate it. I know you appreciate it because you've seen the no scene in Virginia per se.
Absolutely.
And dude, yes, dude, you need a music podcast, dude. The way you talk about this town, bro, you should start one, man. I really think you should.
Appreciate it. I'll have you on there if we
get
it going. Yeah,
I would love to, dude. Yes, dude. Just putting the love out there. There's something special about this town, dude. There's something in the air here.
There truly is. Like,
very hard to put our fingers on it, but it's like the perfect size to where it's not Nashville, it's not LA, but it's not like, you know, a non-existent scene. You know what I mean? It's right there in the middle of a perfect college scene with bands of every size here still. REM, Widespread, all those bands still here, maybe not active, you know. And then you've got the tiniest bands like the college band that just started or whatever.
Yeah.
You've got the local guys. You got the touring guys like AFTM, Springhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Something about this place, man. There's something in the water here.
Absolutely.
That breeds great music. And maybe it has something to do with how nice everybody is, how
Super
supportive
nice
everybody
people,
is.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you read stories about like LA in the 80s and it's like, fuck this, I'm going to be the biggest band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And
that's a toxic
everything's
scene.
a middle finger to everyone else. Yeah.
But that doesn't last and nobody wins like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have any thoughts on that? You've said it so well, man.
Yeah. It just goes back to you gotta build up the people around you. Like it, and it's the kind of thing like when you find people who I think I'm stealing this from Hutch because I think this is his like Instagram.
Hutch. Shout out Hutch, bro.
A wise man.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, but when you're lucky enough to find someone that throws out love for the sake of love and not a favor in return.
Yeah.
Like you gotta hold on to those
got
people.
to.
And
Got to.
I think so many people that are working within the Athens music scene just get that. Like they are really into they just want the best show to happen. They want the best people to be playing.
Absolutely.
The nice thing about Athens too, honestly, is that like I've been to other cities where they have music scenes and it's all DIY house shows stuff.
Yeah,
like the nice thing about Athens is you have to get hired to play a gig. So generally if you're getting hired to play somewhere, you're going to be pretty decent. So it kind of cuts out I'm not saying the people who are going through the house shows and doing their thing are bad.
Saying,
I'm
there
rooting
are
for them. I want them to succeed. But that creating that buffer is like you're pretty much always going to go out and see someone that's doing
quality.
something cool.
Yeah, dude.
And it just makes it so easy to love on them because it's and you even if they're not killing it, like I know so many people, a lot of kids. I feel like I shit on Virginia too much because like I've never had somewhere I love living before, and it has just changed everything for me. But Virginia, it's like very easy to recognize the potential in so many people, and I think that this is the kind of place where that potential and that preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah, dude, that's so true, man. I see what you're saying. Like everybody who comes here is doing something, man. I think that's almost a fair bet. You could ask you can go meet anyone downtown. They'll tell you they've got something going, whether it be finishing school or fucking being a painter or they want to ride horses or they want to be a musician. You know what I mean? So it's just like people come here to do shit. So that's awesome that you say that, man. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you appreciate it. I guess, where am I trying to go with this? I don't know. I like it though.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I dig it.
And what you're saying about everybody supporting everybody, like you see a band from Athens, you just want them to win, dude. You just want them to win. You're like, these are the homies.
The secret is that they're all good.
Yeah, dude, they really are. I couldn't name you a band that I've seen consistently as where it's like, yeah, this is ass. Couldn't name you one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody out there is making great music. And what were you saying? You said that places that don't have a scene. I think of like Boone, North Carolina. Do you know Boone a little bit?
I've never been there.
They don't really have like venues. It's like all house parties and like they like carpool together there and shit.
That's cool.
That's so cool, but it's like, man, dude, I bet they wish they had a bar that would give them $300 or $400 to play, because like we can actually sort of grind towards a living and make some sort of profit off it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you had any? I hate to talk about finances, but like, how many gigs have you played so far in Athens?
Yeah. In Athens, I probably played. So I play the open mic every week, so no paycheck there.
Jeez,
but,
man, so 15 probably.
Yeah. And then academia gigs, sauce house gigs.
Academia has great burgers, by the way. I don't know
their
if you
burger.
ever had
They had this
bro.
one sandwich. It's
The avocado burger is one I like. That bitch
I gotta
is
check
slapping,
that out. No,
bro.
you gotta get the. There's one. It's like pulled pork.
I haven't
like
had it.
bacon. It's like thick cut bacon. Like, oh man, I'm gonna eat that. I played there 3 times now, maybe 2 times, and I've gotten that every time. Like,
so you've done a lot of playing, man. Probably 20 plus shows.
Yeah, I would say so. And in Virginia, I was on 3 to 5 shows a week.
Wow, dude, that's impressive.
And it's
man.
all bar, not playing the 40 watt. Like again, I had never sold a ticket. I see people playing a lot less here, but the quality of the shows seem to be.
I get what you mean.
Unless you're like Hefner and you play every night. Or I'm not saying their shows are low quality, but they just
I get what
fucking
you mean.
go.
Yeah, they grind.
Yeah, man, I respect it.
Interesting. So for you, is it like I assume it's not, just from what I've heard so far. Is it like this is my only income kind of thing, is shows? Or is it like, oh, I've got a job and I just play shows when I can as a little supplementary income, and I'd like to make more money from it, but not yet?
Yeah. I'm hoping I don't have to get a real job.
Yeah. I have faith in you. Just the way you talk about it, man. Seems like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I've always, I have an LLC established.
Smart.
I started my own record label.
Nice. What's the name of it?
Canon Records.
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
Sick, bro.
Yeah, Canon is my middle name.
Awesome.
My band is Wim Tapley and the Canons.
And the Canons, makes
trying
sense.
to keep it well unified.
Yeah. Is that is the band, now that you've formed the band, I assume up until then you put out what? A few EPs with no band? That was before
Yeah,
you
we
met
did
all
an
them?
album and an EP, a couple singles. And
Gotcha.
stuff. Yeah.
So that was before you met them. Is there any plan to like change the name on Spotify to Wim Tapley and the Cannons?
No, I think I'm
No.
gonna do it like Bruce Springsteen, where he's
Word.
got the E Street Band
Yeah.
live, and then I can, I love my guys,
Yeah.
but I understand that they're in school and everything.
Yeah.
So
They might not be there
it's
forever.
Like we
Yeah.
can do moving pieces and.
Like Tom Petty or Bon
yeah,
Jovi or something. You know what I
absolutely,
mean?
yeah.
I can relate to that.
But I'm hoping to hold on to those guys
Yeah,
as
dude.
long as I can.
Totally. And tell me kind of about the singles that you have been doing. I wrote down my favorite ones. I like I'm All of Yours. I'm
Cool,
All
man.
Yours. excuse
Yeah,
me.
I
The
appreciate
slide thing at the start is very cool. I don't know what that is.
Thanks, man.
Is that a slide guitar, or is it like a slide sample or something?
Oh yeah, I play a little harmonic, and it's like.
Ooh, it sounds like that. Maybe I'm tripping, bro. Is this a different one? I wrote down cool slide start.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have to play it after and check on
Yeah,
it.
there's a little handcuff like sound effect in the beginning where it's like jingling around.
Yeah, I wondered what that was. Okay.
And yeah, so that was the first single, or not the first, but the first where I was really confident in my own production.
Totally. And you produce all these yourself?
Played it,
dude.
wrote it. So I didn't produce I co-produced my album.
Okay. Who'd you co-produce it with?
My friend Ken Lasso,
Awesome.
in DC. I'm hoping to do another album with him this summer if we don't hit a
Sounds
tour.
great, dude.
Ken is
Sounds
he's
great.
my guy.
Like, would that be like the Woodlands and all those songs?
Mhm,
Those
yeah,
songs
so the
sound
Woodlands.
great, dude.
Yeah, Ken is a wizard, and he really mentored me,
Okay.
and that has been another huge, like, you got to find people who are doing stuff that you want to do,
Yeah.
and learn from them, and like mentorship has been a huge part.
dude.
I'm always looking around Athens now, like, who are the people I want to be looking up to? A big part of it is who do I not want to look up to? Like
Yeah.
I love this guy. I don't want my life to look the way that it. Like
Exactly.
I see this person settling,
Yes.
and I must not settle. I
Totally.
must continue.
It's very wise of
looking
you,
up
man.
and-
Very wise. Like getting a mentor is like getting a lifetime of books shoved in your, you know what I mean? Like a
Absolutely.
lifetime of knowledge
Yeah,
shoved
yeah.
in your life. That's awesome, dude. Those records sound great. I wrote that Hard to Get. That was one of my favorite ones
Thanks,
as well.
man. Yeah.
That one rocks, bro.
I appreciate
that
you.
one gives
yeah.
me like a Maroon 5 guitar vibe.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it, man. Yeah, yeah.
Very sweet. Like songs about Jane era Maroon 5.
That's the era for them.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure,
After that,
sure.
it's just kind of break up.
A little, yeah. But songs about Jane's fantastic, dude. And I got that vibe. Hard to Get rocks. Tell me
Thanks
about
so
that
much,
song.
man. Yeah, it's I wanted my my funk song. I remember I got stoned one night and just like I was with my friend, just ran up and I had this this Use Me by Bill Withers kind of beat, like that like
Yeah.
funky drummer, and that whole demo, like there are some of these songs that just kind of happens in this like flurry of like the really fun thing about producing myself is it's just like I'm in there, I'm grabbing guitar or piano, throwing
You
shit
just
on,
flow
like,
with it?
just yeah. So that whole demo kind of came together in that night.
Wow.
And then threw some lyrics onto it. Usually lyrics are harder for me
Really?
than the music side.
Music comes first for you?
Music comes first, yeah, and then I'll write. But that song, it always felt right writing it.
Awesome.
I didn't have a, sometimes it'll take me a month to get a lyric.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
that song just came together. So
The best ones happen like that, man.
absolutely, man.
It sounds great, dude.
Appreciate it, and
Sounds
it was cool
fantastic.
having the horns on there. Alex is playing on that.
Okay,
He's in my
okay.
band in Athens.
Yeah. So that's one of the later songs, Hard to Get, right?
Yeah, that's the newest
Most
single.
recent?
Yeah,
And that'd be the one I heard from you. Didn't you get a write up on this, like Red and Black or Flagpole or somebody?
it was what are they called?
Woo-Hog, maybe?
Vinyl Mag?
Vinyl Mag.
Maybe?
Okay, yeah, Vinyl Mag's great.
Yeah. It
they're
was
in Athens.
another Sauce House bartender, Emily.
Really?
Yeah.
Emily, that's
Sauce
awesome.
House has been beautiful for
The
me.
spot?
They're good people. Yeah,
They're very nice.
they're really like, definitely go eat at Sauce House. 'Cause,
Yeah, shout out Sauce House.
like, I played my first gig there, and they were like, just the sweet. You know, when I was talking about, you gotta love, like, when you find people who love you for the sake of loving and not wanting something. Like, their manager Stacy, like, their first gig, she said, "We want this to be home base. Like, we will take care of you. Like, we
That's awesome.
just a beautiful
dude.
group of people." So
Let's go, man.
Yeah.
Nikki Shots. Shout out Nikki Shots.
Nikki, yeah, Emily.
Nikki runs the scene, man. People don't know, but
Nikki's
Nikki,
dope.
she knows what's up.
Yeah, Florida man for life.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to get them in here, man. I want to get all
Oh, you
them,
totally should, man.
Because Drew Becker's awesome. All the Becker
Hell
brothers.
yeah, man.
And Aloe Browning is too.
Aloe, yeah.
Well, that's awesome, dude. I'm glad to hear that you're kind of killing it in that direction. Tell me about the Woodlands, dude. This one's super catchy. There's some falsetto stuff or
Appreciate
some higher
it.
stuff in there, maybe.
Yeah. So that song, I had gone to Firefly Music Festival
That's
2 years
awesome,
in a row.
dude.
That is like
bet
my
that's
favorite
sick,
place in
dude.
the world. Yeah.
God, that's wicked.
Anything that I could do to get there. Yeah. Yeah, and I was just like seeing all these bands that had these like upbeat. It was like I need that song, like that. And so I went home. I was like 4 on the floor. Like let's do the you know full on like just playing. And there was this guy that went on American Idol.
What's
His artist name is Scary Pool Party.
Scary Pool. I don't think I know him.
Yeah,
man.
he did this. I stopped watching American Idol a while ago, but I saw this guy on YouTube, and he played, just guitar in this the most beautiful way that I had seen. Like, he was doing a lot of the, like in the Woodlands when I'm playing like da na 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 na. There's a lot of like da na na da na, like playing those like
triplet kind of thing.
Yeah. I saw
triplet.
him do that, and I was like, oh, I need that. So that the whole like like that kind of like the syncopation of it was all from him.
Interesting. So you're taking a lot from other people, which is smart.
Yeah, I still don't, I spent so much time figuring out like what's my genre, what's my sound, and I realize I don't have one. It's
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
I listen to all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
And I realize that what I'm listening to is never going to be exactly what someone else is listening to. So I don't have to like freak out about finding my sound because it's
just let it happen, man.
Yeah.
And people freak out about the whole like borrowing stuff, but dude, like I'm listening to the radio, or not the radio, but like Spotify and stuff all the time. It's like I want to write a song like that.
Yeah.
And I'll go take that exact progression and try to, you know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
So I'm telling you, man, that's a good way to just stimulate the thought, and it never ends up sounding like that.
Yeah, you always
it never does. It sounds like you know what I mean? So that's smart that you wrote it that way. How did the recording process on that one go?
So that one was super fun because so everything on the record, it was pretty much like I would do acoustics and vocals and like program drums. I would do keys at my house. We would track electric guitars and sometimes bass with Ken, because Ken just makes a electric guitar sound way better than I ever could. He's got these like these Neve plug-in. It's just like
masterful,
like fucking candy shop. And like I seriously I call Ken my most expensive friendship because he's always like, dude, I just got this thing, and I was like,
damn,
I need that. Like, yeah, but I had recorded a lot of it myself, and it just never got big. Like there was never this climax of the song. It just I couldn't get it, and I always wanted to have horns. At that point, it was still just a dream in the future.
Yeah.
But Ken was the kind of guy in the studio where he would never say no to an idea.
The best kind of producer.
And so we're trying everything, and I was sitting there, kind of wondering when to drop the ball, or drop the bomb. Hey, like I think we should get some horns on this album. And I chalked it up, and he was like, yeah, let's do that. So I went home. I was like staying up all night. I can't read music, but I was notating the horn parts and just like getting everything set up. And then we had the horns come in, and they totally changed.
They made
everything. Yeah,
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
keep the horns alive. That's sick.
Yeah, man. But most of the electric guitar parts in that recording, I wouldn't advise this for most people if you're paying for your studio time. But most of the shit that we played was written in the studio.
Word.
Just because he was so good about creating this conducive environment. Like we were sitting in there just like like Ken's one of my good friends. We were just firing off Borat quotes. Like most of the album was just like Borat, and like This Is Spinal Tap, and just like fucking around. And then in between the fucking around, I would play the little, the lead part, and just be like, oh, like
there it is.
Throw that on there, yeah. So it was a really fun process.
That's a rare studio environment, man. Because usually, sometimes you get in there and on the clock, it's like we gotta fucking go. Ain't got time to dick around. Ain't got time for quotes. You know what I mean?
So blessed, man.
Good for you, man. And it just kind of came out of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Tell me about some of the other songs, like Nashville.
Yeah.
What's that one about?
Nashville's fun, man.
That's a fun one.
I wrote that about a mentor who had. He was a worship leader in Virginia. He was kind of the first guy I ever saw in Virginia who had the, long hair and boots. He was like a hipster dude. I was like, I was used to the Vineyard Vines, like
preppy kind of thing.
Yeah, so I was just like, damn, this guy's cool. And I learned so much from him. Just like he taught me a lot of playing guitar, a lot about songwriting. So he ended up moving to Nashville.
Okay.
I was like, I got to send him off with something. But
with a tune?
Yeah, that was the only song we did on the record where it was me sitting in the studio singing and playing it at the same time.
Okay.
Everything else, we were going in and doing acoustics and then doing like that one. I was sitting next to Ken. We did like 5 takes, and that was just dope. Leaving a session and having a song like that. That was the only time where I like walk out the door and like.
It only took you 5? That's impressive.
Took 5. I think the one we released was like take 3. I don't know if the other ones exist, but
they've been cut off the reel.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We gotta find. I can make them an NFT.
Yeah, bro, you got to keep them demos, the long lost demos.
Yeah,
that's what breaks my heart, dude. I was reading about one of my favorite bands is Van Halen, dude. I'm reading this book about them and
really
their first record. Their first record, bro. They used to when they'd finish, like they'd get their take, they'd cut the rest of them off the reel, like they'd cut the fucking reel off. I was like, damn, dude, I would kill somebody to hear some of that stuff. You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
So now we don't have to worry about that. I'm sure those demos are around somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
they're. I'll hit up Ken, see what I can find. Yeah.
Demo release.
Yeah,
well, that's awesome, dude. And it kind of covers them. Like, what is your plan for 2022? Like, are you releasing more music? You working on more music?
Yeah, I've been writing like a motherfucker.
Awesome.
Plenty of stuff to be inspired by
Let's
in
go.
Athens, Georgia.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, just making the dreams happen, continuing
Let's go.
on. Like I have been on this pace that I'm just so blessed every day because it has just never moved as fast for me as it has in Athens.
So you've got momentum.
And so there's a lot of momentum, and I'm starting to, it used to be I have this dream of going on tour someday. Yeah. Like that is the dream.
Yeah.
And now it's like it's not a yes or no. It's like, where do we tour? How big is the tour? When do we do
go.
It's really like just my whole experience in Athens has just expanded the scope of what I'm looking at. Which has been just the coolest experience. Again, I'd like think bigger and bigger and bigger. So a big thing, like you got to set. I'm very goal oriented. I know I've spoken about nothing that I'm gonna do next year.
No, but we're about to get into it.
Yeah, but you got to give yourself the space to dream without like I think like, oh, I want to play at Firefly, and I start getting down. I'm like, oh, I'm being cocky, or but it's like you gotta
let it fly.
You gotta have the dream to do it. You're never gonna do something that you don't think about doing.
Exactly. You're bringing it into your life.
So I'm thinking huge now.
Dude,
like just
it.
Like I might never hit that shit, but right now absolutely. I love producing myself. The dorm recording situation has been fun. Tough. So I would love to get my recording process solidified in Athens, and then I'm ready to do another album. Like really? I have maybe 2 songs I got to write still.
Interesting. Have you looked at any studios in town? Is that kind of
I've been looking at Jeff. It's just like gotta make some money and stuff. And I have Ken at home, so I'm thinking I don't know if it's the kind of thing where I'm gonna like buy some time and then go home and do it, or do it in Athens, or like I'll probably do some sort of hybrid thing.
Yeah, man, that makes sense. I think finding you a studio in town, whether it be fucking 1093 with Jeff or Chase Park, and just getting you some time in there to start working on it.
Absolutely, yeah, because I got my parts. Like I got like
the songs
it's
down?
Just like we gotta write a couple more.
That's halfway there, man.
Yeah,
getting the songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'll probably do a lot more singles this time around before the album. But I like albums, man. Like,
I do too.
Everyone
I do too.
discourages you.
Yeah, they say
because
not to, but
it's not the Spotify way.
Yeah.
You're not tickling the.
yeah, dude, don't even worry about the Spotify thing. I've been trying to get people on this wave. Maybe it's just me, but like we can sell a not. God, it sounds like such a flex, but like we can sell tickets in Athens, a bunch of them. And we don't have very many streams on Spotify.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I'm not worried about it because people are coming to the shows. Like who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
And we want to do an album eventually. You know what I mean? Like just don't worry about it. If you love albums, do them, man.
Yeah.
And the singles things only feeds it so much if you don't have an audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you have songs that you think should be singles, make sure they get heard.
Yeah, yeah. And so we'll do the album. I'm thinking I really want to have a pedal steel player on some stuff. You know anybody like?
No,
because I know they're hard to find. But
they're tough to find. I know a guy in town though.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want. I mean, that's the most beautiful instrument there is.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
So that's a dream. That was like a horns kind of dream, and I'm just looking at that. I'm like,
I think Cannon Rogers plays pedal steel.
he does.
You
I'm
know
really
what
trying. I've been talking to him. He's busy with the Susto stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude. That was funny when you guys were talking shit in the chat.
That was
one
beautiful.
night.
Yeah. Well, he didn't hit me back for like a week.
Yeah.
So initially, I was like, I've never met this guy. Like,
fuck this guy.
I don't know if he's like serious. Like, but yeah, we've DM'd each other. Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah. So I want some pedal steel. I want to tour.
You should put together a tour. I feel like you're ready.
I would love some. You know, I was talking about establishing mentorship and stuff. I see you're built different, man. Like,
thank you, man.
I know your
appreciate it.
secrets. I would love to talk to you about.
We
that.
should get into that. I have a whole episode on how to book your first tour that
Sweet.
I need to send you. Yeah,
perfect, man. Yeah, send me that.
Honestly, I need to revise it because like we just booked our second tour, so
Yeah,
I might make
you should do how to book your
how
second
we booked
tour.
your second tour.
Yeah.
But I have a ton of tips I can give you that I'm currently learning.
Okay.
And I think you're ready though. It sounds like as long as the band's ready to pull up the wheels, I think my biggest tip I would give you is start with the weekends, dude. Everybody thinks that it's not a tour if you're not like gone for 3 weeks. Absolutely not. If you have 4 weekends straight of shows, that's a fucking tour.
That's a tour,
you know what I mean? Our first tour was pretty much Clemson and Tuscaloosa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, dude, honestly, weekend up. Go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Clemson, Columbia, Myrtle Beach, or Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Mobile, Alabama, you know what I mean? Don't feel like you have to go like to fucking New York and back and right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That'd be my advice for you. If
Absolutely.
You wanted it.
I appreciate. No, I did want it. I will cherish it, man.
Yeah. And if you need any contacts or anything, just holler at me. We can put you in touch with some people depending on
Sweet,
where you're
man.
trying to play.
Yeah.
Totally. Dude, I think you're ready though. I'm hearing your voice. It sounds like you need to do it.
Oh, we're ready, man. I'm like, I've talked to my parents already about like, you know, putting off school and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Like it's like the minute that I have the opportunity, I'm doing it. So,
dude, honestly, even if you have to wait a while to put off school, dude, just start with the weekends, bro. Take off and go to one state over and play a weekend.
Yeah, man.
That's touring.
Yeah, hopefully we'll hit Breakers before my brother graduates from South Carolina.
Bro, we're playing Breakers in fucking.
I saw that on your list.
It's
I was
on
like,
a Thursday.
That's dope, man. Yeah.
Breakers is fun, but it's I hate to say sketchy place.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's Columbia, South Carolina.
It's kind of like
the Gamecocks.
They won't sign the contract kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I heard though they were like, my brother was trying to. He's like, oh, do they book? How do you get booked there? And then their friend who works there, she's like, oh, there's a Google form. Like, everybody gets one. Everybody gets one shot. Like, if you fuck it up, you're not playing there again. But
okay,
give everybody a chance. Yeah.
Well, shit, dude. If you need that contact, I'll put you in touch with them too. It's
cool,
a fun
man.
place. You would do well there. With
appreciate
Dan and
you.
all that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, where was I going with that? You want to start touring? I think you should because you can only play Athens so much, you know, without wearing it slam out. Like,
yeah, man.
Hey, come see me. Hey, come see me. Hey, come see me. You know what I mean?
It's too much saturation.
Exactly.
And something that my relationship with Nathan has really granted me. Like, I've been so grateful to know him. He's the tour manager guy.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
He, you know, again, when I was talking expanding the scope of my vision, what I want to do with music, initially it was all, I want to play 40 watt, I want to play Flicker, and I got to play. And he, from day one, is just like so intent on getting me out of Athens.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Athens is home base. Like, he's not like stealing the band or anything.
Yeah.
But he's like, you gotta think bigger. Like,
He knows, yeah.
he gets it. Yeah.
That it's easy to be a big fish in a little pond.
You can get stuck here,
what I mean?
and yeah.
I see a lot of bands making that mistake, depending on how you look at it.
Because you feel the success, and when you feel it, it makes you not work as hard.
It's like, why would I go playing Clemson to 2 people when I can play in Athens to 300? You know what I mean? Which I get. You know what I mean? But if you don't ever go play to them 2 people, that 2 people won't ever turn into 4 to 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm glad. It sounds like you have a really smart manager, dude. And congratulations on Flickr and 40 Watt. I saw the
Thanks,
Flickr
man.
video. So you had a great
that
crowd.
was a beautiful night,
Great
man.
crowd,
Yeah.
man. Great crowd. You'd love to see that, dude. So where's any towns in particular you're looking to head to?
Yeah. We're opening for some dudes from Nashville in a little bit,
Sweet.
so hopefully we can, do some gig swapping kind of stuff. I always wanted to be an Austin musician.
Yeah, Austin
I'm
before.
glad that I'm not now. Like, I think everything that I wanted out of Austin, I actually get from Athens.
Yeah.
I would have shown up and been like, this is a city. Like,
That's a big place.
no gig on day 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just seriously anywhere that'll have me. I'm an East Coast guy. Like, if I could do the DC, Baltimore, Philly, New Jersey, like, that'd be fucking dope, man.
You could, dude.
If
The
we get a
pocket.
dope ass gig in Kansas, like, I'll be there, man. Like,
Let's go.
There's no, I feel like I've paid my dues. Like, I've done the, there are always more dues to pay, but
Yeah.
there's nothing too low for my group.
I get what you're
Like
saying.
we're happy to be humble and we want to, like, I think all my guys are just hungry to play,
Let's go.
and that fuels me to just be like tenacious
gigs.
about
Yeah, well, you put in the ground level work as to getting your show right, and you've already, how to work crowds. You've got the songs, I'm sure. It's just getting out there and doing it. I guess setting the dates, man, which is not
Yeah,
easy.
man.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's-
Because you got to get towns to take a shot on you,
Yep.
But just any way you can get into them, I'd say that's the way to do it, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I read online yesterday that like out of like 90% of artists, 80% of their income is shows. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely. I totally get that.
So at the end of the day, it makes more sense to focus on the shows than it does on Spotify
Sure.
streams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, dude, strike out, bro. I feel like you got people up in DC. You should make it a hometown to hometown run. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope. I like
That'd
that
be
idea.
sick, you know
yeah.
what I mean?
You might have to get some royalties for the copyright.
No way, man. No way.
That's cool, man.
All
yeah.
yours.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's so many. It's good to dream. Like, it's really good to think big. There,
doing it.
I'm less into the production side of things than I was at home, just because I don't have a space anymore. But a big reason why I'm in Athens is because of this guy Dave Cobb.
Dave Cobb.
And he was based out of Atlanta.
Okay.
But he produces Chris Stapleton, Sturgill
wow.
Simpson, Brandy Carlisle, Jason Isbell.
Damn.
Sturgill produces Tyler Childers. Like
Damn.
he's basically this like nucleus
Yeah.
where all these guys and all these people are friends because of him. They're working together. Like, he's the link between Stapleton and Sturgill and stuff. And I would love to, I was talking about how much I want to love on the Athens community and bring everyone up. Like, in the abstract, that's, going out, loving them, going to see shows, supporting people. But more concrete, like, I would love to be a similar kind of nucleus.
Dude,
for
you could
my
totally
community.
do it. You've got the charisma.
I see Jeff doing it.
Jeff is great at it. Jeff's great at it. People like Tommy Trotwine, if you know him, is great at it.
Made Elijah's album sound
Yes,
fucking
dude.
great. Yeah.
You could do that, dude. You should start. Well, do you mean just production wise?
Anything, right? I think I'm gonna write with Granville in a little bit.
Oh, dude,
I'm lucky to.
Granville's
Oh
sick,
yeah,
bro.
they're dope,
Those
man.
are the homies,
yeah,
bro. They're so talented.
yeah, man.
Dude, yeah, just start doing everything you can. I'd say, dude, honestly, start a fucking podcast and start having people on.
Let's do it. Yeah.
You should do it, man. You've got all the audio gear. I know you do, right?
Yeah, I got it all in my desk drawer. We can do like dorm something. I don't know.
dude. And start having people on, and you have one person on, and like me and you, we didn't know each other that well before this.
Yeah.
I feel like we're about to be homies after
Hell
this.
yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah.
That's networking. And then you post it, and everybody who follows you is going to check out the podcast yesterday, and then hopefully follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, now they're tagging along, and
Hell
you can
yeah,
do the
man.
same thing, man.
Yeah, I saw Drew start his thing too.
I love Drew. Do you know Drew pretty well?
Drew's awesome.
Drew's the
man.
homie. He's
yeah.
supposed to call me today, but something ended up happening. We're talking about doing like a open mic night podcast where like 4 people come in and we have like a list of topics that we talk about, not necessarily music. And me and Drew are talking about doing
Dude,
something
I
like
love that. I'm on his
Yeah.
his email.
Dude, his email list
it's
rails,
dope,
bro.
man.
It's
Yeah.
great. Man.
Yeah, he's a wise guy.
Very wise guy. He reads a bunch of great books. We're reading some of the same books right
Yeah.
now. These books are great.
Cool,
Atomic
man.
Habits. If
Love
you've
it.
ever read this,
Okay.
you would love this book. When I'm done with it, you can borrow it.
Love it. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So just start doing it. Start producing people. Start writing with Granville. I think
Hell
you're
yeah, man.
well on the right path. Play with as many bands as you can.
Yeah.
Play as many shows as you can. I mean, this is all stuff you know. I'm not telling you anything new. You know what I mean?
No, it's important to hammer home though. It's all about. It goes back to that. No one's gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
Like you gotta. And I've had like one of my dreams before coming here is I love playing bass.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to play some bass gigs. And so I get to go to the open mic and they trust me. They let me just play in the house.
Play
band.
some bass.
So just play bass for like everyone coming up and doing the. I got the ear, so we can fall into something and just living the dream, playing bass gigs and stuff.
That's all that matters.
Writing
man.
for everybody. Like I want to be a part of it all.
We need to start putting together writers rounds, dude.
That would be great. I think
Granville's manager.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they hit me up.
Dude, they hit you up? What'd they say?
Sam was just like, hey, come write with us.
Sweet, dude. Have you done it yet?
No, I think I'm waiting on a phone call this week. So
sweet, dude.
When this comes out, maybe there will be a Granville Wim song.
We need to start putting it. We should make it a thing, dude. Like the same thing I'm talking about with the podcast. We should have a day of the week where fucking whoever wants to come write comes write. You know what I mean? 4 to 5 people.
Yeah, man.
And like you just come write, and everybody brings an acoustic guitar, and you just try to write something.
Yeah, man. I always write by myself, so
me too.
Getting into that environment would be
I've never been well at writing with people.
Yeah,
but
man.
It's such a great idea because Nashville, that's what they do is the writers rounds things. Yeah. And they come out with masterpieces out there or whatever.
Absolutely.
So, dude, we get like me, you, Drew, Young Thomas, the Granville guys, Hutch.
Hell yeah.
And Avery Deacons in a room just fucking writing.
Good time anyways.
Yeah, and then the next week, is fucking me, you, Elijah Johnson, Tommy Trot
Fuck
one.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like get the clicks.
I've
always been a floater.
Yeah, me
socially.
too.
Like I love... It's cool to be.
Yeah, I don't really
touch on.
Try to hone in too hard on anything.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of groups to float around in Athens, so that's good.
Hell yeah, man!
I don't know if anybody's listening, but if they like that idea, we should execute that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I hope they.
Yeah, I think so. But let me know how that session goes with them because I'd love to hear something you guys come up with.
Cool,
together.
Man. Yeah, if anything, if I get to just like grab a Les Paul and turn some shit up,
jam
they'll
around.
have me on a track or something. Yeah, that'd be dope.
That'd be sick, dude. Well, we're 82 minutes in. This is usually about where I wrap it up. That was
cool, man.
That was an easy 82 minutes. Love it.
Awesome.
So let's kind of give me like a brief, like, what do you want the people to know about 2022? What are you trying to do in 2022? Just give them the brief synopsis of your goals, what you want to be. That's a big question.
Yeah. I mean, my guys, like, come see the band.
Yeah.
Because of what they're bringing to the table. Like if you're fucking with what I'm writing and what I'm playing on the records and stuff, like I'm honored by you. Like you drive me every day, but there's a depth to my songs that I've been able to reach bringing other people on board that I've never had before. And we know who we are.
Yeah.
We're intent on doing the real thing. Like we're not just going to be a college band.
Yeah, you can do it.
So if you want to be a part of this thing that we're building, be a part of this community, be a part of a group that is loving on you and inspired by you and like just come hop on the boat. Like, come hang out. Like I want to see everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Good for you, man. That's the best way you could have put it right there, I think.
Thanks, man.
Everybody just tag along. I mean, you talked me into it, man. I like it.
Cool.
Well, sweet, dude. Let's wrap this thing up. What do you say, man?
Hell yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to episode 64 of the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. Today I had Wim Tapley with me, right? Did I say it right?
Yeah, you got it.
Let's go. Today's episode was brought to you by Mattress EPK. I should have said that at the start. I'll probably cut that in. They're an awesome company based out of Athens. They make like electronic press kits for bands. They made my press kits.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's in like a flip book style, so when you pull it up on your phone, it looks like a book and it flips and stuff.
Yo.
And it has all your like past gigs, all your history, all your rates. It has your damn set list. It has everything in there. And I didn't even really start getting booked officially until I had one. You know what I mean?
You're selling me on that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I can give you a code. I can give everybody a code.
Sweet.
It's TANK. And you reach out to me, and I'll put you in touch with them, and it gets you a really good discount on it. It's worth every penny. I'm going to tag a video of mine as well so you can see what I'm talking about. But thank you to Mattress EPK for sponsoring the show. Thank you for coming on. Tell everybody where to find your Instagram and all that stuff and Spotify.
I'm at Wim Tapley. Wim Tapley on Spotify. Actually, at Wim Tapley everywhere.
Everywhere.
I tweet like once a year.
Me too.
Yeah.
Twitter's gone, bro.
I'm a big Twitter fan.
Are you?
I
don't get on there anymore.
I'm like a little ghost follower for all these people. Like I sit and laugh and
you don't have an Abby?
Contribute. Yeah.
I'm big on Instagram right now. I'm trying to figure Instagram out.
Yeah.
And TikTok and all those things are fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, dude, thank you guys for tuning in. Follow the podcast, Jameson OTR on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching on there. That'd be fantastic. That helps support the show a lot. We have a bunch of clips coming. I'll post a bunch of clips from this. Had an amazing episode with AD Blanco this week that you should check out. Amazing episodes coming up with the Fun Room. Just heard this one and everything. But yeah, thank you for coming on, dude. Let's give him a wave for the thumbnail.
Goodbye.
Yes. All right, see y'all later. Bye.